Let's start the day out by hauling some scrap away. There. I can't believe this is the first time I've ever done this with put a ball on the fork here. Simple things that make the jobs go longer. Sorry ladies, I'll let you back out in a little bit. Alright, so what am I doing this morning? Well, it's pretty simple. Every farm has one of these, a collect-all. Well, I want to get this mess cleaned up a little bit. I got an old lawnmower wagon full of scrap steel. There's an old toddler bed over there that's got some steel in it, so we're going to load that up. The old bush hog, I think I'm going to leave that for now. The gearbox that's on it, I want to get that off of there. This framework on the back for the tail wheel, I think I can, reuse that scrap steel at some point for something. Other than that, there's a little bit over there that I'm going to see if I can get on. But then over on this side, Logan's got a junk four-wheeler that we're going to get rid of. The motor seized up on that last year. He took it apart. Parts are non-existent for it. So it's really not good for anything other than scrap. There's an old fuel oil tank over there. That's really about it on this side. Most everything else is going to be kept for the time being, at least for now. Well, I think we're going to let things settle down over on that side. When I started pushing some of that stuff out of the way, all of a sudden I started seeing bees everywhere, and I don't feel like getting stung today. So we're going to concentrate on this stuff now. Phew, getting warm already. This is the second load that I will have taken this year. I took the first load, I don't know, sometime late spring, early summer, and I don't know, I got a couple $100 for it from what I remember. I really don't care what I get for it. I want the stuff gone. I'm tired of looking at it. You know, I try to keep this place looking as nice as I can. You know, sometimes things can get away from you, but this stuff's been back here a little while, and I've driven by it enough, and I said, you know what, it's time for it to go. Sorry about that, I guess I got a little carried away. Alright, we'll plug the fencer back in and the cattle are free to roam again, and we're going to head off to the scrapyard. Well, I didn't get any footage of getting this all unloaded over at the scrapyard, mainly because all the commercial boys with their big trucks and trailers are all in and out of there. So I was just a little guy in the way. So I was kind of in a hurry up and get out of the way. But we ended up with about $119 worth of scrap steel. They ended up taking it as 10. Not quite sure why, whatever, that's their deal. So it was 1,700 pounds is what was in the trailer here. But another job done. In the 3-week hiatus of not doing YouTube videos, the last thing I forgot to mention in the last video was we wrapped up first cutting hay. There was a 3-acre piece up the road that I usually cut every year. We got 31 4x4 round bales off of that. It was definitely over mature first cutting grass. It is what it is. It was straight grass. There was no alfalfa or clover or anything like that in it. So I think it'll be all right. And with the way there's a lack of second cutting right now, I'm sure it'll be worth something someday. We got it up off the ground on pallets. It's covered up with 2 tarps. So we'll see how it weathers this winter, and then in the spring we'll see what kind of condition it's in, and maybe we can get something for it. This is what that hay looked like. These 2 bales are going to get fed out here pretty soon. These are bleached because they've been sitting out, but the other bales under cover, I'm sure they still have a little bit of green in them. These did when I put them on the trailer. Yeah, you can still see there's some green in there. So, I mean, it's just grass. Since first cutting and the lack of moisture we've had the last 4 weeks, there really hasn't been much in the way of second cutting regrowth. It's pretty well non-existent. I mean, yeah, there is some clover in here, but it's only 6 to 8 inches at best. There is some grass. This in here is about the thickest part of the whole field. You get up on the knob and it's brown. For us, second cutting is a double-edged sword. We don't need it for feeding. We have more than enough first cutting to supply our animals with feed, but we do rely on it as farm income, making small square bales, selling the bales off the farm. So in the end, it is going to hurt our bottom line a little bit, but I guess we could be worse off. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day. We'll see you next time.